Hello my beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome my dear. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment down below so we can start chatting as usual. Okay guys, this is a highly requested video and I was also dying to record this one for you. And this is all about oud. I definitely am an oud fan. When I was little, I used to travel to Middle Eastern countries a lot with my parents, and I definitely fell in love with all the scents that Middle East provided. So I'm very much familiar with oud scents, oud rose combinations since I was a child. And I must say I'm quite particular when it comes to oud. I definitely don't like those strong, herbal, bitter, fecal even ouds. I'm not there yet and I don't think I ever will be. Nevertheless, I have great choices for you, for everyone who hasn't tried the ouds yet but want to try, for everyone who's really into ouds and wants to try something new. I think I have many interesting picks for you. Okay, so let's jump right in, and I want to start with an oud that first of all, it's super cheap. Second of all, if you don't like oud, you still might love the fragrance. The oud is not prominent in here at all. It's very mild, sweet oud hidden under a gorgeous, gourmand veil. And this is Mauboussin Elixir pour Elle. If you like La Vie est Belle by Lancôme, this has a lot from it, but to me it's definitely more toned down, classy version of La Vie est Belle. And don't be afraid of the fragrance La Vie est Belle being too overhyped, that it's too similar. It's definitely not. It really evolves on your skin beautifully. And it is an oud based fragrance, so you will get woody notes in the dry down. Nevertheless, it's definitely a gourmand. As I say, it's in the beginning, it's definitely similar to La Vie est Belle. However, it's more refined, it's definitely more blended, and yeah, very sweet oud. Not prominent on woody note in the beginning. You really have to wear the perfume throughout the day to smell any woody notes in here. But it's still absolutely beautiful. If you haven't checked it out yet, you definitely should, because to me it's one of the safest blind buys. First of all, it's a very likable scent, considering it's an oud scent, and it's also very cheap, so even if you don't like it, you can give it to your friend or whatever, you know. So Mauboussin Elixir pour Elle, definitely a great blind buy when it comes to oud. Okay, the next one I want to show you is actually an oud fragrance. It's not even about oud, it's a very strong woody scent that I love mixing with other scents. And this is actually a men's fragrance and I really love it. And this is the Dolce & Gabbana The One, and this is the Royal Night. This is the exclusive edition of Dolce & Gabbana The One. So there's really nothing much to it. It's a very spicy woody scent. There's a lot of cardamom in here. Woody notes all over the place. Spicy wood, that's how I would describe this scent. Yeah, and it's really beautiful to layer. I love layering this one with some more citrusy fragrance to, you know, just elevate the scent. I love mixing this one with Chanel Chanson Fresh because it gives this gorgeous woody citrus blend. So this one, if you are scared of men's fragrances, I actually made a video about men's fragrances that I love and also wear, so check that one out. But if you are worried about, you know, smelling like a guy, don't worry. This is a perfect woody fragrance that's definitely a unisex in a Oriental Arabic sense of unisex, of course, and it's a perfect layering fragrance. So definitely check it out. There are two versions of this perfume, a red bottle and this one. So both are amazing. This one is definitely more spicy woody. So if you like spicy fragrances with a lot of woods in here, this one will be your best friend. And I love it on my men and I love it on myself. So this was another woody slash woody fragrance that I definitely adore. Dolce & Gabbana The One exclusive edition. Okay, now we can move on to fragrances that I know you guys were dying to hear my review on. And the first one that I want to share my thoughts on is Estee Lauder Wood Mystique. And with these fragrances, I'm definitely gonna rate them when it comes to wearability. And I actually already did, because to me this one is definitely the most wearable, even if you are not an oud lover. This one is definitely also versatile, even though it's a men's fragrance. To me it's a perfect layering base because this is a spicy woody scent that is just perfect on any skin, men or women. This one is definitely an oud based fragrance. You can definitely smell oud in here. Again, of course, another oud rose combination. I know it might get boring at some point, but this one is definitely an interesting purchase of mine, because this one is a very mild toned down fragrance that just screams you're rich, you know, and it's not too offensive to the crowd, even though it leaves a trail. The longevity is amazing. By the way, all ouds have amazing longevity, so I'm not even gonna you know, rank them or tell how long they last, because they all last 10 hours plus, like all of them, 10 hours plus on longevity. This one is, it starts a little bit more medicinal than all the others that I showed you, but it is a sweet floral fragrance with oud. You don't get too much of a strong rose, so if you are tired of a typical rose oud combination, this one is definitely the one you should try, because this one has a strong peony note. It's a beautiful floral wood scent. Very classy, very sophisticated. It really smells rich. And considering that Estee Lauder had never done a oud or any unisex scent before this one, really chapeau bas, because it's an amazing blend. Amazing blend. It is a little bit medicinal in the beginning, as I said, but then it gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, and woodier and woodier and woodier, if it makes any sense. It's definitely a beautiful one. Check it out, because it's a gorgeous take on oud. It's not your typical rose oud combination, even though rose is here as well. This is sweeter, but not too sweet. It's still quite a dry oud, definitely not a sweet oud. This is more of a bitter oud with sweet florals, if it makes any sense. The oud itself, it's not sweet here. It's the florals that make the scent sweet. So yeah, that's Estee Lauder Wood Mystique. Another one that I want to show you is also a good one, definitely unisex, and this is Gucci by Gucci Oud. And considering this is a designer brand and designer take on oud, this is a very good fragrance, very nicely blended oud. So this one is definitely more spicy. It's a spicy oud fragrance. You can smell a lot of patchouli in here. There are some fruity notes like pear and raspberry. To be honest, I don't smell them too much. Maybe in the strict beginning of the scent, but that's basically it. Then after that I get a lot of patchouli based fragrance with oud. Yeah, so this one is not sweet. I get some pear in the beginning for sure, but that's mainly all that I get from this fragrance when it comes to fruity notes. And then it gets down to this strong patchouli oud base. Very, very beautiful. It's definitely a fresher take on oud. To me, it really does smell quite fresh, considering it's an oud scent. Gorgeous, gorgeous wood based fragrance. So if you haven't checked it out already, definitely do. I know that it's gonna be beautiful on men as well, so you can use it with your partner. That's what I'm actually doing at the moment. We both love it. Even though it's marketed more towards women, to me it's definitely unisex. And this one being marketed unisex, to me is definitely more feminine, if it makes sense to you. So yeah, let me just spray it once again. Yeah, it's definitely a fresher oud. There is some pear, but it's very spicy patchouli kind of fragrance. Interesting, interesting oud. So go ahead and check this one out. Then we have a newer purchase of mine, which is by the brand Swiss Arabian. I'm gonna get to my favorite one in the moment, and this is Swiss Arabian Sehr and Sheila. Gorgeous. This is typical rose oud combination, definitely, and this is quite similar. Some people consider it a dupe for Santal Royale by Guerlain. I used to own Santal Royale, and my mother used to own it as well. For years she used to wear it, so I'm very, very familiar with that fragrance, if you know what I mean. Like, I used to smell it on her and on me, so I'm really, really particular with people saying that something is a dupe. To me, it's not really a dupe. First of all, a Santal Royale has a lot of peach note to it, even though it's quite smoky. This one is definitely more prominent on the rose, and it's also quite prominent on oud, but to me it's a gorgeous feminine rose oud combination. Yeah, lovely, just lovely. There is some patchouli in here as well, but it's not as prominent as in Gucci Oud, for instance. This one is definitely sweeter. The rose is nice and juicy, but still quite smooth. It's very nicely blended. There's nothing too sharp in here. I absolutely love this scent. So this one is definitely more oriental than any other that I just showed you. This is your typical rose with oud. But nevertheless, a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. The packaging that it came in, if you haven't watched my massive perfume haul, check it out, because it's a gem to see the packaging of this fragrance, considering how much I paid for it, because it costed like $40 or so. So yeah, this is definitely a oud rose combination masterpiece. I really, really like it. So that's Sehr and Sheila by Swiss Arabian. Another Swiss Arabian that I want to show you, and you know, I've been raving about it for as long as I am on YouTube, basically. And this is Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian, and it's definitely marketed as unisex. To me, it leans more feminine because there's praline in here. It's very, very sweet. It's definitely way, way sweeter than Sehr and Sheila. So if you're a little bit tired with sweetness of Shaghaf Oud and you want something more smooth and refined, I would totally grab this one, because to me this one is a more mature version of Shaghaf Oud, if it makes sense. This one is considered to be a dupe for Lancome's Oud Bouquet, and it definitely is. Maybe the rose is a little bit more juicy in here and condensed than in Oud Bouquet. Nevertheless, the scents are quite similar. It's very prominent on the praline. It's definitely a beautiful fragrance, and I think it's definitely a collection worthy scent. The price is amazing on it. I think I paid like $20, maybe not even. So the price is amazing. And yeah, the Swiss Arabian fragrances, I must admit, they last the whole day and whole night. The longevity is amazing on them. The oud is not too synthetic, so I really like it for it. This oud in here is also not synthetic, at least I don't smell it to be too synthetic. So it's a great thumbs up for Swiss Arabian ouds. So Sehr Sheila if you want something more refined, a little bit drier oud and rose, and Shaghaf oud if you want something more sweet, more gourmandish, but still on the Oriental vibe, go for this one. And last but definitely not least, this is hands down my favorite oud, and this is a great surprise for me that I love that scent so much. And this is Alien Oud by Mugler, and this is just to die for. To be honest, guys, I feel like this one is definitely the strongest scent out of all of these. Even though we have some strong ouds in here, this one is definitely the most pungent in your nose, for sure. And this one is basically alien. The whole alien base is still in here. The amber, the jasmine, and all the woody notes, but they added a strong oud and cardamom to it. So it opens up quite spicy. There's definitely this bitter dry oud in here. It can come off a little bit fecal in the beginning, but I really suggest waiting through that phase because it will pass after 20 to 30 minutes and it becomes the most beautiful, prominent, sexy oud I've ever encountered. It's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, you know, if you like Alien and you like oud, you will absolutely love this scent. I actually didn't watch any particular recommendations to this one. I was very scared to purchase it. I blind bought it, and this was the best decision that I've ever made when it comes to fragrance, because this is my gem now and I already have backups of it. So Alien Oud is definitely the way to go. If you love Alien and those Alien Oriental vibes, you will surely love this one. And yeah, there's nothing more to say about it. It's just Alien with oud. What's better in the world, guys? I just love it. It's definitely the most sexy out of all of these ouds. So that's the last one I want to show you. These are my absolute favorites. So let me rank them for you, okay? This one I would rank as the most versatile, non-offensive oud for all the oud beginners. This one, I would say it's perfect if you want to have strong, woody, spicy notes to mix with something or wear alone if you just love spicy, woody notes. Definitely great. Don't be afraid of it being marketed for men. It's definitely a unisex fragrance. This one, to me, is the classiest oud you could ever have. It's refined, it's woody, but it's sweet from the florals. Beautiful, beautiful oud that's not too offensive, but still very long-lasting. And, you know, it smells like money to me. Then we have Gucci by Gucci Oud. Definitely an interesting take on oud, a little bit more herbally, a little bit more fresh, which is quite surprising. There are some fruity notes, but they're not too prominent, and there is a strong patchouli dry down to it. Very, very interesting scent. Also very unisex. Sehr Sheila by Swiss Arabian. To me, the most gorgeous and refined rose oud combination. Quite similar to Santal Royale, but not too similar. Collection worthy for sure. And the next one is Shaghaf Oud by Swiss Arabian. Gorgeous, gorgeous, praline, oud and rose. There is nothing else to say. I absolutely love this scent. So if you want to be noticed in the crowd, go for this one because it's very, very, very loud. And the last one, the sexiest oud ever, Alien Oud. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer. And let me know what your favorite oud is. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to build our lovely community. And see you in the next one. Bye!